So here we are at the trailhead of Horseshoe Canyon, which is a offshoot of Canyonlands National Park. It's pretty remote, but it's home to some of the greatest rock art galleries in North America, especially early rock art. Now, this walkthrough is going to be mostly literally me just walking through, so that you can get an idea of what the canyon looks like. You can see that the trail going down to the bottom is pretty rugged and pretty steep. It's not exactly what you call a developed area or a developed trail. You have to want to go to Horseshoe Canyon and see this, but it's breathtakingly beautiful country, but dangerous if you're not prepared for it as well. So we're going to hike down this trail till we get down to the bottom. And then we've got quite a long distance down in the bottom of this canyon before we get to the first rock art sites. So now we're coming off the top of the ledge, and you can see the drainage. It's a big canyon. It's not nearly what it looks like from up above. You can hardly see all of this. And so we see lots of different rock formations in here. The strata down below look like they're waterborne or water lane strata, and then above that we have what looks like depositions of wind-blown aeolian strata. Now down here in the bottom, you can see there's a lot of sediments here. It's rained relatively recently, though you wouldn't know it if you're up on the top where it's hot and very dry. But this is a good indication that you don't want to be anywhere in these canyons during a rainstorm, as flash floods are an ever-present danger. But the plants colonize these bottoms pretty rapidly, and even in the summertime it's nice and cool down in the shade of these valleys. So you can easily see why people would come down and spend time here, especially in contrast to the high plains and deserts up there on the top. So we're going to march down this valley for several miles before we encounter the very first of the rock art. It's a pretty good hike down here. In front of us we can see a portion of the Wingate Formation, which is a desert aeolian deposition of sand, and then underneath it you can see some more stratified, water-modified sediments as well. There's some water on the ground as we walk past here, and these flats are completely covered with wildlife footprints. So I've seen a lot of deer. I suspect I've seen maybe some bighorn footprints, raccoon, coyote, cats, so probably bobcats. Didn't see any big cat footprints down in here this time, but I suppose if you were to look a little bit more carefully, you would. We have some Coulter cottonwoods over here on the right, and we have some volunteer mesquite trees down in here. There's an awful lot of variety of plant life and animal life, but just absolutely spectacular scenery, as you can see. So the ancient people who lived in this area almost certainly would spend as much time as possible down in these canyons. So I'm going to shut up here, and you can just enjoy a couple hundred yards more of hiking through this very beautiful part of our country.